Good day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at Growfolds, and today we will be big box store plant shopping at Walmart out in Prosper, Texas. As always, please make sure you don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I've noticed that a lot of my viewers are still not subscribed to the channel, so please make sure you do that. And so we're gonna walk over here and see what kind of plants they have. I recently visited this place about 2 weeks ago, and you can see that they still have some really nice looking trending tropical plants like this Philodendron Golden Crocodile right here. Now this one is for $19.89. Beautiful looking Philodendron Golden Crocodile. I love the yellow foliage of it. It looks like there is a damaged leaf though, however. I hope that somebody will end up buying these Philodendron Golden Crocodiles. They look absolutely stunning. And we have a hanging basket of Hoya Carnosa Crimson Princess. I actually bought this Hoya Carnosa Crimson Princess hanging basket, and it's doing very well for me. It grows out in my kitchen, actually the kitchen ceiling right in front of the kitchen window. And then right over here, we have a really unique looking Tredscanthia Roxo. I ended up buying a Tredscanthia Roxo actually at this particular location because I like how it's just dark foliage, like the leaves at the very top are a very dark color, and then we have that purple undertone. Now Tredscanthias are easy to grow plants and they're easy to propagate. The thing about it is you have to make sure that they don't get leggy, and the way to do that is by just, actually constantly trimming it down and pruning it. But that's another Philodendron Golden Crocodile. Look at how yellow it is compared to the next to the Raven ZZ plants. I love Raven ZZ plants. They're very easy to grow. I love the dark Raven color, and then the actual new growth actually comes out green. So I find that very interesting. These can actually tolerate lower light conditions. So if you find a ZZ Raven, this is one plant I would recommend for any beginner houseplant keeper. And then right over here, we have a Monstera Peru. This is by Costa Farms for $19.84. Really like a Monstera Peru just because of the beautiful veining on the leaves. And look at how large the leaves are. Now with Monstera Peru, they actually want to climb up a pole. So if you're able to give it a stake, a pole, a bamboo pole, a trellis, you'll get larger leaves for sure. I love that Costa Farms actually has their trending tropical plants and self-watering plants. They have done so well for me, especially for my Alocasia that I've recently added to my collection. And you can't go to a big box store and not have Phalaenopsis orchids. These are for $15.97. I do like the colors of this particular orchid. Look at how beautiful like the polka dots are. Really like that. And then they have the typical purple lavender looking ones, but the white ones were cool looking. $15.97 is not a bad price for a Phalaenopsis orchid. I would love to add orchids. I feel like I see orchids every single day because I'm always filming plants. And then we're going to look at some of these exotic angel plants. These ones are for $4.97. This is a dark mystery Pilea. This is one that I actually want to add to my collection as well. I've been adding a lot of Pileas to my collection, and that's one that I am going to look for. I just want to make sure that I get one when they restock. And if you guys notice, some of the plants are not looking that great. So about 2 weeks ago when I visited this Walmart, they had, rows and rows of plants, and these were just recently stocked. And you can see some of the plants have declined in health. Makes me really sad just because I wish all of these plants would be bought up so that they would make it to good homes. This one is a gold dust croton. And then this is a purple passion plant right over here. Really like mine. It's doing very well, actually. It is a little bit more thirsty, so you just have to make sure that you are watering it. And speaking of thirsty plants, look at these sad looking Photonia, snow white waffle plants that have started to just like dry up. So I need somebody at this Walmart to water these plants. I should have brought a watering bottle and I would have watered them myself. Speaking of watering though, look at these ZZ plants right here. They are in self-watering planters. So, for big box stores, honestly, we could probably save plants by just putting water in those self-watering planters if the employees can't get to them. I do want to show you how beautiful these anthuriums are. These are for, I think, $24 or somewhere around that range, but these are nice looking planters as well. That's actually up my speed. I like simple planters, very modern looking planters, and look at how beautiful that white anthurium is. I want a variegated one. If you look up anthurium shibori, you will see the anthurium I want, but it's like over $100 for a plant, so I don't know if I want to spend that just yet. This one is a beautiful looking anthurium though. Look at how cool the purple blooms are. Really like that. And then there's a bunch of white Philodendron orchids right there. Those just look gorgeous as well. I do like white flowers. There's something about white blooms that are just very classic and elegant. Plant foldies, if you guys are new to my channel, I call my viewers plant foldies just because of the origami and the plant content that I have. But my plant foldies, let me know what you think about like what type of flowers you guys like. And actually, do you guys like money trees like this Pachira aquatica for $14.97? I'm actually wanting to add one into my collection. I feel like those are quintessential classic plants for any houseplant collection. So that's something I might take a look at. And what else do we have over here? I've just been really interested to see what kind of restocks we see. So this one hasn't been restocked. So I will definitely check this back in another week. It looks like they've sold through some of their exotic angels though. Like this is another gold crest Aurelia. I like this one a lot. I've got the Galaxy False Aurelia, but this Gold Crest Aurelia is really nice because look at how beautiful the variegation of the leaves are. I love that there's like a neon green outline on the leaves, and then the stems also have some type of variegation. My Aralias have been doing very well. I have a Boferiana Aralia and a Galaxy False Aralia, and they're doing very well. I would honestly buy these plants. Like look at this beautiful Pilea aluminum plant. Really like that. That's one of my favorite plants, honestly, especially ones that are in that size. They're very easy to propagate. And then right over here we have an Olympia False Aurelia. So there's a lot of Aralias to pick. This one's for $5.48. They do enjoy more bright indirect light, so just make sure you provide that. And look at how beautiful this purple waffle plant is for $5.48. Now with the purple waffle plant, I feel like it's a more hardy plant as compared to like the Snow White waffle plant. My Snow White waffle plant I recently bought not too long ago from Lowe's is starting to crisp up versus the purple waffle plant that I just recently added. It's doing amazing. And then right over here we have a Chiflera moondrop or an umbrella plant. Really like that as well. I ended up adding that to my collection. And then we have our Janet Compacta Dracaena right over there. Very classic looking Dracaena. You know, Dracaenas are very easy to grow. It's another underrated plant, but I'm going to pan over here and show you guys what other plants they have. So it looks like they've condensed these plants. It used to be even more full. Either they've sold through some plants or they've killed some plants and destroyed them. I'm hoping they sold more plants, but we're going to walk over here and take a look at some more trending tropical plants right here. So right here we have an Epipremnum aureum lemon meringue. This one is actually a nice looking one because you can see it's starting to trail. I love this Costa Farms release because you can see that there is more yellow variegation for this one. This is basically what they call a mutation from the original global green pothos, which is a green on green variegation pothos that originated from Japan. So I will show you a side-by-side comparison. But let's also take a look at this beautiful Monstera studliana, or Cobra is what Costa Farms calls it. This one is also for $19.84 and it's also in a self-watering planter. But I'm going to move that away and actually move these Epipremnum aureum lemon meringues right next to the global green pothos. So you notice that global green pothos, for one, has larger leaf size. It has very distinct green on green variegation versus the lemon meringue pothos where it's got smaller leaves and more yellow. I like this a lot. Actually, I'm tempted to buy this global green pothos because it's very lush and full. But I already have a hanging basket full of global green pothos and I can probably propagate even more so. But part of me wants to just buy this because this is more of like instant gratification. It's already a full plant in a 6-inch planter and it is for $19.84. It's not a bad price at all, but I feel like I can get a better deal somewhere else. And then right over here, we've got a Scindapsus truberii Moonlight. This is one plant I do want to add to my collection, but I would definitely be more picky about this plant. The only way I would buy a Trending Tropicals plant is if I literally walk into like a Walmart, a Lowe's, a Home Depot, and they're doing a live restock where they're literally pulling the plants out of the boxes, just because I feel like that's when the plants are the most healthy. Speaking of healthy plants, this one's not a bad looking Croton Petra for $5.48. Look at how beautiful the leaves are, and you can actually see a little bit of new growth. I am a little bit sad about my Croton Gold Dust. It ended up just dropping all of its leaves, so I had to just pretty much let it go. But you can see right here, we do have this global green pothos. It's actually in my top 3 or 4 pothos. I love pothos in general. They're very easy to grow. And you can see right here, we've got a philodendron tortum. This is the same one that just looks pretty damaged. Part of me wishes that Walmart would just go ahead and clearance these out. I would totally rescue them, but I'm not going to pay $19.84 for a severely damaged plant. Not when I can find them somewhere else. And then here is another philodendron tortum for $19.84. This one is actually salvageable. I would actually buy it. Now, for my plant viewers, you mentioned that philodendron tortums actually are hardy plants and can grow. I might come back for this. I said that last time I was here. It looks like it's still holding up, so that's good. I've just been spending so much money, you know, doing these plant shopping video tours. Every day I'm in some big box store, some plant nursery, just because I want to give you guys daily plant content. Now this is really interesting. This is a really large sago palm for $14.97 in a self-watering planter. Like, look at how thick the trunk is. Now this is called Plants with Benefits, but it's actually sourced out by Costa Farms. So that's a Costa Farms plant. And then right over here, we have a bunch of beautiful looking bromeliads. Any plant video I've done always has bromeliads. I can go to a grocery store, a big box store, a plant nursery, a local plant nursery, and you will see those bromeliads. So I guess there's just a demand for it, or they're easy to propagate. And then I wanted to show you some of these bigger plants right here. So we have a traditional Monstera deliciosa. I love me some Monstera deliciosas. You know, their leaves, especially even in the juvenile form, are gorgeous. I love the heart-shaped leaves. And then we also have some Ficus lyrata or fiddle fig tree leaf leaves right over here. But look at how beautiful this one is. Nice heart-shaped leaf. It's starting to finish straight. I actually like the juvenile-looking forms of the Monstera deliciosa. Those are not badly priced either. They're $24. And then right over here, we have some more Dracaena. We've got a Dracaena Lemon Surprise right over here for $9.97. Not a bad looking Dracaena for that price as well. And again, Dracaenas do get large. They're easy to grow. They can tolerate lower light conditions. This one is a dehydrated Dracaena. That one I think is a Dracaena fragrans Hawaii. So we'll see about that. But here is a beautiful looking Monstera adansonii, but I wanted to show you guys these. So these beautiful Aglaonema, I'm not 100% sure what this Aglaonema is. So if you know the Aglaonema plant ID, please let me know. But look at how beautiful the leaves are. Variegation is great, but what's even beautiful is the white stem. So I'm going to set this down and show you what this Aglaonema looks like. This is for $14.97. This is by Costa Farms as well, in a self-watering planter. So you will also see this at Lowe's. But look at how beautiful the stems are, the white stems. I love Aglaonema. I recently converted one Aglaonema into hydroponics. And for those that are new, hydroponics is basically growing a plant without soil and just growing it in straight water. So we'll see if it does well. And then here is another beautiful Aglaonema. This one is an Aglaonema Maria. So Aglaonema Maria is probably in the top 3 common Aglaonemas. It's very common. It is got mostly green. So it's got green stems and green on green variegation, but this one can also clump up and get super thick and lush. Really like that. So care tips for Aglaonema: water when the soil is completely dry. Give them bright indirect light for them to do best. If you give them lower light conditions, they will slow down in growth and also get leggy. And you know, that's basically it. To propagate them, you can cut them at a node. The only thing about Aglaonemas are that they're a little slower in growth. That's the only drawback about Aglaonema. They're not as vigorous of growth, but they do come in different leaf shapes, colors, different types of variegations. They're absolutely stunning. And you can see that the contrast between the two that I pulled. And then this one is a very classic Aglaonema. You will see at a big box store, grocery store, local plant nursery. This is an Aglaonema Red Siam, or sometimes called Aglaonema or Siam Aurora. Beautiful looking one. This one is actually out of its self-watering planter, but this one is also for $14.97. I like this, and with this particular Aglaonema, the more light you give it, the more pronounced the red or pink veining of this Aglaonema Red Siam will be. I have one in my collection and it's doing very well. I really like it a lot, and it's one of those Aglaonemas that I feel like is best when you have a bunch of them in a pot. Like if you have a thick pot like this, so there's like probably 3 or 4 plants in one. And what I like about Aglaonema is they actually shoot out more baby shoots within the plant. So that's another way to propagate them. And then right over here, we've got a bunch of ZZ plants. There is a sad looking Alocasia Jacqueline. Mine is starting to look like that as well. And I recently got mine too from a Walmart right after restock. So I don't know if I'm just not providing it enough humidity, but I've noticed that Aglaonema Jacqueline is a very finicky Aglaonema. I really don't think they're very suited well to be sold at big box stores. But this one is suited well. This is a traditional Aglaonema that you will see. This one is for $14.97 as well, Aglaonema. Silver Bay, these will get really large and they're just beautiful. I love the variegation. I love the silvery tone of the leaves. There's like a mint type blue on it. Very easy plant to grow. Again, this one can tolerate lower light conditions, but if you're giving it lower light conditions, it's not going to be as vigorous in growth and it might get leggy. But again, it's an easy plant. It actually could go underwater. Like, I mean, if you're in underwater, what I mean by that is if you don't water frequently, it's not going to kill the plant. They can tolerate being a little bit more dry. Actually, overwatering an Aglaonema is what will kill it. And then this is another Aglaonema that I don't know the actual plant ID for, and I've been wanting to know that. So for anybody who knows the plant ID for this Aglaonema, please leave it in the comments or in the live premiere chats. This is actually one that I really like just because it's got a very metallic sheen about it. The variegation is really nice, and I love the white stems on the leaf. The Aglaonema that has like white stems are ones that are actually the ones that I actually prefer. Like, look at how cool this is. And it's actually a pretty healthy plant aside for some of the yellowing. I would love to actually convert this Aglaonema into a hydroponic situation. My goal is to have a couple of Aglaonemas growing in those beautiful bowls. I think that would be a really nice display, a unique way to display my plants. So plant folies, let me know what you guys think about these Aglaonemas if you are planning to grow them, because they are super cool and super easy to grow. And then right over here, we have some more Ficus lyrata. We've got a Monstera deliciosa, more ZZ plants, and we've got a Dracaena marginata right over here. This one is cool as well. It kind of reminds me of a palm. And we have some more ZZ plants, and we have some Calathea dotty. So the story about Calathea dotty is I see this often. This one is for $14.97, but look at how beautiful the leaves are. I love the purple lavender look about the leaves, and then just the dark outlining of it. If I buy one from like a big box store, I would definitely try to convert it into hydroponics as well, because you know, Calatheas, they need frequent watering, they need humidity, and I think it would just kind of mitigate the frequent watering part. And then right over here, we have another Costa Farms Trending Tropicals for $19.84. This is a begonia polka dot or a begonia maculata. I do like the look of this begonia, but I feel like it could get leggy very quickly. And so it's one of those like begonias that I'm not running to get just yet. I am loving my Rex begonia, but these cane begonias, these polka dot looking ones, are really cute too. Alongside of these like Calathea dotties, and then we have some more Monstera deliciosas. I actually don't have a big Monstera deliciosa growing in my collection anymore. I have one that I propagated. It's been neglected and it's been living in my garage. I really need to repot it and put it inside, but again, it's just a matter of catching up on my plants. Some of my plants are actually declining in health because I've underwatered them, so I really definitely need to make sure that I take care of them. Right over here is a Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, or what they call a mini Monstera. That one's for $19.84, and we saw a Majesty palm that's looking sad. That's a nice looking anthurium, and we have another bromeliad right over there. These are actually the bromeliads I really like. I love the white variegation and just the outlining of the leaves. And look at the pink tones of the leaves as well. Looks like somebody took some spray paint and spray painted it. and it is about to be spring, so there's a bunch of seeds there. Flowers that I like to grow are zinnias and also like marigolds, so that, and you know, stay tuned for that when I start growing those as well. But here are a bunch of growers bench plants. So these are actually sourced out by Wild Interiors, but the growers bench line is the one for more like rare plants. So we've got an Alocasia Ninja, an Alocasia Black Velvet, and Alocasia Milo Light. And we've got some more bromeliads here, some Philodendron Pink Princess. So we've got that, but I wanted to pan over here. So it looks like this Prosper Walmart is starting to sell through some of their plants. I'm hoping they will get another restock, but you can see this Philodendron Pink Princess is starting to get another leaf. Now these plants are for $24. The Alocasia are for $17. Not a bad price for the Alocasia. There is one Alocasia I want to get. It's the Nebula one. I haven't seen that one here, but I would definitely buy it. And you can see like these beautiful Philodendron Pink Princess has really nice looking variegation. I almost fell off of a bridge with so much shock when I first saw them. And then there's a Philodendron White Princess over there as well, just because they are, I would just say Philodendron Pink Princess is now considered a common houseplant. They are everywhere. You see them at Kroger, which is a grocery store out here in Dallas, and we also have a bunch of Philodendron Ring of Fires by Growers Bench. So these ones are actually a lot smaller in size. The one that I ended up getting when I first discovered it was larger. I have yet to repot it up in a plant, a bigger planter though. I think it really needs that. And I'm just going to pan out over here, and you can see beautiful anthuriums. I would say the plants are decent. I wouldn't say they're extremely healthy, but they're not also unhealthy either. Although I'm going to pan over here and show you guys some of the more large plants, and it looks like they've taken a toll. Some of them have been either like left out in the cold or sunburned. So we're going to just see what's outside. I'm going to see that, wow, they've got a bunch of hyacinths here. Can we say Animal Crossing? So like I play Nintendo Switch. So if you've never played Animal Crossing New Horizons, you won't know my reference to hyacinths, but this is super cool because I've never seen hyacinths in like real life until this year. Like either I didn't pay attention to them. I wish you could smell the blooms. They are absolutely fragrant. Like I love this. Look at this purple hyacinth and this pink, and now these are only for like $9 or something like that. And there's a bunch of them. They're perennial, so if you grow them in the ground, they will continue to grow back year after year. I believe they are bulbs, so yeah, that's really cool. And then we have a bunch of tulips right over here. So we've got Easter around the corner. We just recently finished Valentine's, and you can see there are a bunch of beautiful looking red tulips. I love pink and yellow tulips. I just think that they signify spring. And we have a bunch of not Epipremnum aureum or just jade pothos over there. And then this one's really cool. I like these tulips right here, just with the little ruffles and the white edging. That's really nice. And then we have these tulips with some of the yellow pollen inside. And then we just have more red tulips here. I did just want to show you guys some of the flowering plants because again, you might be a fan of it. And we do have a hanging basket of some type of exotic angel. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but that one is for $19.87. And yeah, there's just a bunch of tulips outside. It looks like they haven't gotten all of their outdoor plants yet. But plant foldies, like I mentioned before, I want to give you guys more diverse content. So whether it's DIYs, outdoor living plants, succulents, I want to give you just all sorts of content. So please let me know what content you would like to see on the channel. And if you haven't already, please make sure you guys are hitting the like button for this video. It really helps draw more engagement for the channel, and it just helps me grow our plant community. I would love to see more of us on the live premiere chats and just to be able to interact with more people. So please make sure you guys are hitting the like button and also subscribing. But I did want to just pan out over here and show you guys this Philodendron Golden Crocodile. And then I want to finish this part of the video by showing you the beautiful aglaonemas. So we've got 5 different varieties here. We've got an aglaonema Silver Bay, aglaonema Red Siam, some aglaonema I don't know, but it's a beautiful looking aglaonema. All of these are for $14.97. So if you're able to get all of these aglaonema in your collection, let me know. But these are 5 plants I would highly recommend. I would actually give you guys all of these plants. They will give you the most joy because they're so easy. And look at how beautiful they are. They're very nice looking plants. I love aglaonemas. I hope you guys will love aglaonemas too. And we're going to go ahead and pan off to another commercial break. So every plant video I've been doing so far, I've been showing our Plant Foley viewers how to fold in origami paper crane. So an origami is the traditional Japanese art of making different types of shapes and forms using a square sheet. This one is actually an American flag origami sheet that I got. It's 6" by 6". So you can see that I'm folding that with the American flag patterns. But for those that are learning about me, I have been folding origami paper cranes for the last 7 years. My goal is to fold 1 million paper cranes in my lifetime. I fold origami paper cranes every single day. It's part of my routine alongside with me making plant content, filming plant videos, and also, with my full-time job. Folding origami actually helps me relax. It gives me mindfulness. In Japan, if you fold 1,000 paper cranes, they call it senbasuru, which means you'll get one wish. You can actually fold origami paper cranes and send it to the Peace Park Memorial in Hiroshima, Japan as a peace offering. So that's something that I will also do as like voluntary community service work, is to send paper cranes overseas to Japan. But you can see it's super easy. I have hundreds of origami paper crane tutorials that are slow-mo. I originally made this channel as an origami channel, but the title of my channel is Grow Folds. The grow part is in reference to my plant videos, but the folds is more of the origami. And I will show you guys more origami forms, but for now, I'm more comfortable showing you how to make an origami paper crane. I hope you guys will also fold paper cranes in your spare time. But as you can see, it's super easy. And voila, here you go. An origami paper crane, go USA. There you go. Nice looking origami paper crane. Now we're going to be going to the Calloways Nursery. I love showing you guys local plant nurseries out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So Calloways is an actual local nursery chain of many different locations. This one is off of Custer Road, further down Plano though. And today they actually had a 30% off one item, because this was actually shot during President's Day this past Monday. And you can see they've got air plants right over here. And I wanted to show you guys the aglaonemas they have right over here. So if you can see, this one's for $16.99 in a 6" planter. And you can see that the roots are really popping out. This is an aglaonema Maria. Look at how beautiful that is. Either a Maria or a Mary Ann. I'm not 100% sure. There is a little bit of leaf damage though. Some of it got fried, but nice looking aglaonema. And then right over here, we've got an aglaonema Red Siam or Siam Aurora. This one is for $24.99, so it's a little bit more pricey. Honestly, I would go with aglaonema red siams that you can find in self-watering planters at Walmart or like Lowe's. They sell those for $14 versus the $24.99. But these ones seem to be a little bit more full, so it depends on what you want. Now, if you shop at a local plant nursery, the probability of you having a super healthy plant is higher, just because there are more care tips. Like this one is a beautiful aglaonema. I think this is an aglaonema green papaya. This one's for $34.99 though, so it's a little bit more expensive, but you can see how lush and full this aglaonema is. And it's more on the greener side, so this is probably an aglaonema green papaya. I'm not an expert on plant IDs, so that's why I wish they would actually have plant IDs for these aglaonemas. But look at this one right over here. Look at this beautiful aglaonema for $16.99. Again, that one might be an aglaonema Romeo or Maria. I'm not 100% sure. It's unfortunate there is just a little bit of yellowing on some of the leaves, but it's still a super full plant. And with aglaonemas, again, they can tolerate lower light conditions. You don't need to water them often, otherwise they will get root rot. They're super easy to grow, and this is one aglaonema you will see often at Calloways specifically. This is an aglaonema Golden Madonna. I love the variegation of the leaves. There's just a lot going on, and the stark white stems are just to die for. Like, Isn't that beautiful? Look at how beautiful it is. It's got a ghostly white about it, but it's got so much lush green foliage as well. Nice looking aglaonema. I have one that I am rehabbing, but it's doing fairly well for me. I just wish it would start to get a little bit more foliage. But like this one is super full as well. I might end up actually getting a lady golden Madonna at Calloways just because of the the quality of aglaonema they have here. And I did want to spend a little bit more time showing you aglaonemas, especially at a plant nursery, because I'm trying to get everybody into aglaonemas. So if you find them at a big box store, at a grocery store, definitely check them out, because look at this. Beautiful looking lady Madonna or golden Madonna aglaonemas. I love how like there's like a silvery shine to it. There's yellow. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I want to show you these. So these are all aglaonema. I believe are aglaonema red kings that they recently started to get. And I wanted to show you this one right here. That one's got some beautiful leaves. I love the stems. These are 4-inch aglaonemas, and look at how the roots are super healthy. I am thinking about buying one today specifically to transition into hydroponics. So hydroponics is basically taking all of the soil out, washing out the roots, and putting it in just water and letting it grow. There are benefits to growing plants in water, and that's basically you don't risk overwatering them because they've already transitioned to water. The only thing about hydroponic transitions is there is an acclimation period where sometimes the plant may not make it. But I would love to get an aglaonema today. Look at how beautiful that is. These are for $12.99 today, so I can actually try it. Tanner the planter, who is actually a plant influencer who owns a local plant nursery out in Prosper, Texas called Famous in Oregon, got me like inspired by watching one of his tutorials. But this one's actually one of the rare aglaonemas. I think this is an aglaonema red dust, because look at that. I haven't seen that. I actually bought one from this specific location, and you can see this one is a beautiful looking aglaonema as well. So I am going to definitely buy one today, with the intent of actually putting it in like water hydroponic situation. If you saw my last video, I show you guys how I've done it, but this is the actual location where I ended up getting the aglaonema. Look at that. Look at how beautiful the red is. Now with red aglaonema, they're a little bit less hardy. They do require a little bit more bright indirect light to make sure that they get that beautiful red color. But you can see that these are very healthy looking aglaonema. Look at that right there. Beautiful looking ones. I almost want to buy like 2 or 3 and plant them in one big 6-inch planter just to get a fuller aglaonema. But again, aglaonema can be a little bit pricey. This $12.99. I think I like this one though. We're going to take a look at this one. Look at that. I like that just because there is a little bit of green, which I don't mind, because as the plant matures, it'll have more red leaves. But that one is a nice looking one. Look at that variegation. Very nice looking aglaonema. So we're just going to keep looking at them and seeing what kind of aglaonema are available. I want to see one that has really good root system. And this is probably going to be the winner, because look at that. The roots are literally popping out of its planter. And this is the reason why I feel like this one was going to be the best candidate to go into water, just because it already has a very established root system. Look at that. Look at the roots. They're beautiful. And for $12.99, I definitely want to go try this out. We'll see if it'll actually survive in water, but this is one that I will buy today. It is 30% off, so I'm really excited to be able to share that with y'all. And then right over here, we have another beautiful aglaonema. This one has larger leaves and it's a little bit more red. But this is the reason why I like going to Calloways. It's just because they have so many varieties of plants and they're really cost effective in terms of their pricing. Like you can see right over here, these anthuriums are for $16.99. But look at how beautiful these anthuriums are. I love the pink blooms. And yes, for $16.99, you can get a 5-inch anthurium, mixed color. I actually like the foliage as compared to the blooms. I think it's a beautiful, nice waxy look about it. And anthuriums are really easy to grow as well. We have some palms right over here. Now palms are a little bit more difficult if you don't have the bright indirect light that you need to give it. Most palms require a lot of bright light, But look at these beautiful aglaonema. Like this one right here is another aglaonema red Siam. This one is for $24.99, but look at how full and lush it looks. This is one that you wouldn't really see at a big box store be this full and lush. So that's the thing about going to big box stores versus local plant nurseries. It really depends on what you're looking for. Now, if you're looking for really high quality, healthy plants, I would opt to go to a local nursery store like Calloways. There's so many different Calloways nurseries out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And, you know, for all of my plant foldies that are local, you guys know what I mean. We're very fortunate to have such a gorgeous nursery. They have different, I mean, they pretty much have the same plants, but, you know, there are many locations to go to. Like this one right here is for $16.99. This is another aglaonema. This is an aglaonema Silver Bay. And mind you, all of these aglaonemas are actually sourced out from Canada. That is the source of all of these aglaonemas. So it's just really interesting for all of my Canadian viewers, my Canadian plant foldies. I'm just really curious why you guys aren't getting all of these plants, because like this aglaonema, and I'm actually going to buy this one right here, is an aglaonema silverado. Look at how beautiful and lush this is. I just find it very interesting that these specific plants are actually sourced from Canada. So I'm not sure why they're not showing up in like Canadian big box stores or even local plant nurseries. So just let me know in the comments your insights about why that might be it. But this aglaonema right over here is only for $16.99, and I definitely want to get that. The Silverado and the aglaonema Silver Bay are gorgeous. They actually had more aglaonemas a couple weeks back at this particular Calloways, but even though they don't have as many, they are still looking gorgeous and beautiful and healthy, and I love that. And then they have a couple more aglaonema right over here. Here is another aglaonema, I believe. It's really tough because they don't have the plant IDs. This could be an aglaonema Juliet or Romeo. It's definitely not a cutlass, because a cutlass is a little bit more narrow in its size, and then this one is another aglaonema Silverado. Really like the look of this. What I'm excited about is Calloways will be getting more tropical plants as it starts to warm up and spring comes around. So you will definitely get a lot more content in terms of Callaway plant nursery tours. I like to go to local plant nurseries just so I can show you what plants we have available outside of just big box store plants. Like this is really cool. So I just recently bought and made a jade bonsai, but look at all of these pre-bonsai material. These are for $12.99. I would love to go make another bonsai. And the thing is, when you choose bonsai, it really depends on like the apex and just what the lower branching looks like. These are all very good starter pre-bonsai plants. You can definitely wire them up. Like this one would definitely need some wiring, but just the initial pre-bonsai material is really nice. And it's just nice to see that available at Calloways. There's so many pre-bonsai available, and this particular jade is variegated and also is more like the smaller form. Like this one right here would be a good one to choose. You would just have to wire down some of the leaves so they're a little bit more cascading, or not the leaves, but the actual branching, like right there. Just kind of bring those down a little bit. That would be so cool. I might end up getting another jade bonsai. I found the Instagram Little Jade Bonsai on Instagram, and he has some amazing looking bonsai. But look at this one right over here. Obviously, these pre-bonsais are going to take a little bit of work, several years actually, to really develop a nice looking plant, but it's always fun. And if you haven't checked out my other video where I showed how to make a bonsai, definitely check that out in my my channel. I will start to pepper in a little bit more how-to tutorials. And then right over here for $6.99 is a syngonium. It's some type of syngonium illusion. Look at how large and beautiful the leaves are. If I really didn't have one that was already that looks similar to this, I would totally buy that today, because I love syngoniums. Very easy to grow. And look at that. I love just the pink, the subtle pink veination of the syngoniums. That's really cool. And I think that everybody should grow syngoniums as well. And for $6.99 in a 4-inch planter, that is not bad at all. It's actually a much better deal than maybe a big box store. And then right over here, we have a gorgeous looking Calathea macuyana. So I actually have a Calathea about this size, and look at how gorgeous the leaves are. You know, calatheas, they're beautiful, but they are also very high maintenance plants. I would honestly go with over a syngonium over a calathea. And look at how nice and full this one is. I believe this one is for $24.99. It is a little bit more pricey for syngonium, but you're also getting a very full and lush syngonium as well. I saw a couple of hanging baskets at Kroger that I got for $12.99, but you know, look at just the green and then just the subtle green variegation. Actually, this is for $22.99, and again, all of these syngoniums are sourced out from Canada. So I just find that very interesting that, you know, my Canadian viewers are saying that they can't find, you know, these plants available. This one's a really cute one for $6.99, these pre-bonsai. So these ones, the $6.99 ones versus the $12.99 ones, have less branching to choose from, but I do find all of these super cute. Like, I think I'm gonna end up getting one of these, maybe just another $6.99 one, and making another bonsai. I still have several bonsai pots because a couple years back I really loved making bonsai trees, and I had a bunch in my backyard. I may end up doing that again, but you know, my plant interest sometimes goes in waves. Sometimes I'm all about bonsai, sometimes I'm more about like indoor plants. It just really depends. But look at this. Look at all of these beautiful looking pre-bonsai jade plants. And I just like the fact that, you know, I'm looking at these plants early in the morning on a Monday morning, and look at how beautiful the lighting is at this you know, Calloways Nursery. I didn't really think that I would end up adding a succulent, but you know, look at this. This is beautiful too. This is another like this is another jade, but it's actually shaped into a heart, so I think that's really cool. These are for $22.99. It's a little bit pricey to get you know, a jade plant that's kind of shaped into a heart. Like, that's not really my cup of tea, but you know, some people might think that's really cute. I am more so about these pre-bonsai. This one is for $6.99. So the only thing is with this one, there's not a lot of lower branching to work with, so it's gonna take a while unless you want to just do like a broom style looking tree, which is what it's actually leaning toward, at least for the smaller pre-bonsai material that we have here. But anyways, I'm gonna just keep showing you a couple more. Like, this one is actually a good material to use. Lots of branching, and then you just have to wire that down and shape it, trim it, and all of that. But I have yet to really learn about how to grow jade bonsai. I typically make Japanese maple bonsai. I've used junipers, but not you know, actual jade plant. Here is another beautiful Aglaonema silverado. Love the foliage, love that it's got a silvery tone to it, very subtle looking variegation, but it is very elegant nonetheless. I really like this Aglaonema, and this Aglaonema is one of the Aglaonemas that can grow fairly large and have really large leaves. Some Aglaonemas actually don't grow as large, but that particular one will. And I'm going to pan out over here and just keep showing you guys more plants. So we've got a bunch of Christmas cactus or holiday cactus hanging baskets. Not 100% sure what the price is, but these are really nice in the fact that they're already a large size. And this one is kind of starting to bloom, or maybe just finishing up its bloom cycle. I'm not 100% sure. And then obviously we are going to be looking at some more of these Christmas cactus, as they have some more available. And then right next to it are the infamous Monstera Thai constellations that you will find at Calloways. These are in 6-inch planters for $89.99, but if you're looking for a nice discount, today would have been the day to buy them because you would get 30% off of them. These are fairly large Monstera Thai constellation. The thing about all of these Monstera Thai constellations is the variegation really varies. So you'll see this one is a little bit more highly variegated. Look at that sectoral variegation right over here, and you've got even a more variegated Monstera Thai constellation over there. I'm going to see about trying to get access to it, but yeah, look at this one right here. Now the thing about it is the leaves are a little bit smaller. It's not as fenestrated as some of the other ones, but if you're looking for variegation, this one is actually pushing more sectoral variegation out versus some of the other Monstera Thai constellations that have fenestrations but not necessarily strong sectoral variegation. I am actually tempted to buy another Monstera Thai constellation about this size. I have a couple that I'm propping as well that have finally rooted, but it's taking a minute for it. And I really love that that crane garden decoration. So we're gonna go pan back over there and take a look at that. But look at the selection of Monstera Thai constellations they have available at Calloways. And that's the thing about Monstera Thai constellations that used to be like on everybody's wish list plant. Now you can actually go to local nursery stores, big box stores, and grocery stores and check it out. And then this is some type of flowering plant. I'm just gonna go show you this. The plant ID. This is for $24.99, but look at how beautiful the blooms are. And I just really like the lighting of this nursery. Most Calloways nurseries really have great lighting. This one particularly does. And you can see there are some beautiful bromeliads right over here. Absolutely stunning bromeliads. Really like the different different blooms. The yellow, especially in the pinks during some really good like morning light, is just breathtaking. Let me know in the comments or even in the live premiere chats if you guys agree, but I do want to show you guys these bromeliads. And that's the thing about looking at plants and plant shopping with me. I know that I attempt to try to get you guys daily content, at least hour-long videos, just because if you aren't near any plants, I want to be able to take you alongside with me as if you and I were walking alongside. That's really a lot of my I guess my goals for this channel is just to really get you guys excited about that. It's just looking at plants with me and listening to me talk about my thoughts about plants. Now, here is some oxalis or some purple shamrock. These I've seen grown indoors. Now these will go dormant. I've seen these actually grow as ground cover in North Texas, and I think that's really cool. Do you guys actually grow oxalis in your homes indoors? I think they are lovely, but I'm not 100% sure if that's something I want to grow long term in my home. I could try growing one. I do like purple plants. I might end up getting one. It's only $7.99. And then we have some snapdragons right over here. Really nice looking shape of the blooms. And then I love just seeing all of the crane statues, those metal garden statues right there. I think they're about $99, but I wouldn't mind getting one or two to add into my landscape. Like, look at this right here. Look at how beautiful it is. It is about to go in flight, and it is surrounded by some beautiful flowers. These ones are some peonies right over here. I wanted to go show you the details of it. Look at how beautiful the bloom is. I am getting excited to be able to share with you guys some blooming plants. Like right over here, we have some hydrangeas. Now these are being labeled as indoor hydrangeas, but again, with hydrangeas, I don't really believe that they can grow indoor long term. I think most blooming plants, like flower plants, really are meant to be outdoors. And look at that cute looking crane right over there. As you can see, they've got a lot of crane displays. And then you can see there is another hydrangea here. It's just about to start to bloom. I like these hydrangeas, and the thing about hydrangeas is, you know how they're pink, but if you give it a lot more acidic soil, it can change to purple. So I really like that. I've tried to grow hydrangeas, and it says right there it's indoor hydrangea. Not 100% sure what the care tips would be in terms of growing hydrangeas indoors. I really think that they have to be outdoors to grow well long term. And look at how cool that crane is right over there, that bird. All of these like garden landscape decorations are really cool. Like this one right over here is pretty cool as well. This is just a regular white one. Hey there, crane. And we're gonna pan over here and look at some more flowering plants. So we've got some more kalanchoe. So this one is being called an annual. So I didn't really realize that kalanchoe are actually succulent plants, but that is super cool. And then we have some more kalanchoe right here, and we have some, I believe these are pansies, I think. But look at that. I like how they have the white outlining on the blooms. Nice red color as well. And then this is another cool crane right here. I actually like this the most. I think it's got more of just a minimalistic look about it. And then we have some more flowers here, but you can see there's not a lot of people shopping right now, which is what I like. I like blogging when there's not a lot of people, just because it doesn't seem awkward. And obviously, as you guys notice, I never really have anybody in the background when I'm plant shopping and plant blogging. I just think it's more respectful that way. And right here we are looking at a bunch of cyclamens, but look at the details of the cyclamen leaves. That alone makes me a fan of cyclamen. Now, I would love to be able to grow cyclamen indoors, but again, it's one of those plants that apparently if it gets too hot, they can't really grow outdoors, but if you keep them indoors too long, their leaves yellow. So I don't know where the actual balance is or the win-win situation for cyclamen, but I love the white blooms. Like, I love white flowers as well. I think they're very elegant and classy. And then we have some more flowers here, and then you are about to look at some of my favorite flowering plants, and these are the Riger begonias. I think they are really stunning. Now, these are obviously meant to grow outdoors. I think they would do very well in like a planter in a shaded area. Obviously, they need bright indirect light, but that would be a good place to start, is just putting them in a shaded planter. And then right over here, we have another beautiful peony. This one is for $44.99. So that's another, blooming flower that I would like to add in my collection as far as my outdoors, but I don't have a lot of shade in my background. I'm just waiting for like my Shantung maple to actually grow a huge canopy, but we will see. But these Riger begonia, any Calloways Nursery that I go to, I always look at the Riger begonia just because they're very lush, full, and in bloom right now. I wish they had a sale for them though, because I mean, it's $16.99. It's not a bad price, but I don't know long term what that would look like. Now, an update on my azaleas that I bought from Kroger. They're doing very well. I have them growing next to a window, and I also have a grow light that's pretty much shining on them 24/7, and they are doing extremely well. I do need to water them because when it comes down to like azaleas, for instance, they never want their soil to completely dry. Now with begonia, Riger begonia, I'm not 100% sure what the care tips are for them, but who knows, maybe one day I will pick up one. If I am going to get one, it's going to be a red begonia. I want to get those red fiery blooms in my household, so that would be super cool. And then we have some stalk flowers right here, that's what it's called. And then we have some more white cyclamen here. I'm just going to circle back and show you guys how beautiful these blooms are. I just love cyclamen as well. And then we're just going to keep walking over here. I'm just going to pan over and show you guys more about the nursery. And you can see they've got some other flowers right here. Let's see what these flowers are. And we have some more flowers right over here. I'm just going to make my way back to more of the tropical plants, but I did want to show you this. This is the Lenten Rose. Look at that. Look at these flowers. I love how they're more of a greenish tone about them. Nice looking flower. Obviously, these are meant to be outdoors. They're perennials. So what that means is if it's a perennial plant, it will grow back year after year. It may die back, but it'll grow back. And then look at how beautiful these, I don't know if they're peonies or something else, but those are really nice. And then we have some more flowers right over here. I'm just going to pan out and show you the different types of flowers they have. And then they have some of these ornamental grass that kind of remind me of spider plants. I love the variegation of the plant, and this one is for $12.99. $12.99, beautiful looking ornamental grass right there. Again, I don't know the care tips for that, but I know that they need to be outdoors. And then we have some more flowers right over here. And then right over here, we've got some ornamental cabbage. Really like that. Look at that right there. Nice looking ornamental cabbage. Love the different variations of like purples, lavenders, cream colors. So I just want to go ahead and pan in a little bit more just to show you guys the details. Sometimes we'll look at plants, but we won't always like look at all of the details. So that's part of why I want to like zoom in and just really show you how beautiful the foliage is. And I mean, even in this beautiful morning light, look at that. All of these colors are just gorgeous. Would you guys agree, my plant foldies? What do you guys think about these ornamental kale, ornamental cabbage. Like, look at this. I love that pink. Absolutely adorable. And obviously, for what I'm told, all of these cabbage and kale are edible. I just wouldn't want to spend like 24 bucks on an edible cabbage. I think I would pass on that. And then we have some more citrus type trees right over here. I'm looking for a calamansi, which is basically like the Philippine lime, and I think I found one. I think I found one. Here it goes, right over here. So this one is for like $100. I'm gonna buy a smaller variety just because I don't need as big of a tree. But look at that, there's already some blooms there. It is a prolific bloomer. This one is a calamodin, or however you pronounce that. In the Philippines, where I'm from, it is called calamansi, and it's you can make some really nice juice with it. You can make like some dishes with some sauce. It's a really nice little addition to any space that wants calamansi. Like, I definitely want to grow that for my cooking. And then right over here, we're going to pan over and look at some Algerian ivy, some Hedera helix or Hydra helix, guys. We're going to definitely check some of these out. These ones are obviously being marketed to be grown outdoors as like ground cover, and really that's what they need to be, is like outdoors underground cover. It's really challenging to grow English ivy or Algerian ivy indoors just because they tend to be a little bit more spider mite prone. I talk about this pretty much every video that I do, a plant shopping video that feature ivy. Like, I want to love them. I want them to be as easy as a pothos, but unfortunately they are not. And then we are going to be looking at some Norfolk pines. So these are interesting. These are by Garden Expert, which is basically a Walmart plant at Calloways. So it looks like Walmart has either sourced a bunch of these plants out. I don't know if these were for the holidays, and then now they're just being sold here. But this is Norfolk Pine Island. This is by Garden Expert, and these are definitely by Walmart plants. And what's really interesting is this isn't one of those like Christmas tree type of plants. This is actually a tropical looking plant, and as it matures, it becomes less and less like a, you know, conifer and more like this, where it's kind of like weeping. Look at that new growth over here. That's really cool because during the holidays, especially in the Christmas season, you will see a bunch of them just being marketed as like indoor Christmas. So, but yeah, since it is, you know, President's Day, when I actually was filming this, there was a 30% off sale. This one is some type of like arrangement of plants. And then we have a bunch of starter plants right over here, either for terrariums or just starter plants. We've got some aloe vera right over here. These aloe vera actually look like they're sun stressed. And then we have some more plants right here, succulents. This one is a devil's backbone. Look at that. It's super sun stressed. Love that variegation and that pink color, especially with the light hitting it. It's absolutely stunning. And that's the thing. I want to show you guys more different types of plants besides aroids and houseplants. Like, I'm going to pan over here and just show you different types of succulents. Unfortunately, I do not know a lot about succulents or the plant IDs. That's one thing that I would love to learn and maybe even get into growing, but these are really cool arrangements for succulents. And then this one right over here has a bunch of like texture around it. And then we have just a regular Hoya carrii. Those are super cute. I love the heart-shaped leaves of that Hoya. And we have some more succulents right over here. I am going to show you this barrel cactus. Like, this is insane, and it actually can get larger than this in diameter. Look at those spikes though. Like, I mean, I don't know how you would actually repot that. Some people say using like, you know, cooking tongs or just some heavy duty like gloves. And then you can see right over here are a bunch of string of turtles hanging baskets. We've got another type of succulent hanging basket right over here. Nice looking hanging baskets. And we've got more succulents. This is a really cool kalanchoe right over here. This one's actually a fairly large one. I do like this. I'm curious to see if this one will bloom flowers like most of the kalanchoe you see indoors at like big box stores. And then we just have some more succulents here. These are some variegated Hoya carrii. Look at that. That's super cute. It will just remain like that. And this one is for $14.99. That is a little bit pricey though. I wouldn't pay that. I would just go to like Kroger and buy an actual full plant of variegated Hoya carrii. And you can see right over here, there's different types of succulents. I like how they look. Like they've got the minty tones, they've got dark green, they've got lavender, they've got pink. Really nice looking succulents right there. And the trick is to not get water or actually let water sit on their foliage. Otherwise it will definitely rot them. I've seen it happen very quickly, and I think that's the reason why people think succulents are easy to grow. They are not. You have to have them have like pretty much direct sunlight, and you cannot overwater them, otherwise they will die. And then we have a bunch of like pothos plants here. This is a neon pothos, and it's already trailing, so that's super cool. And then we have some more jade type columns right over here. That's really cool too. So if you want just a jade column, there's one available for you. And we have a bunch of polka dot plants. Now, polka dot plants are a little bit more tricky. They're beautiful, but you can't overwater them or underwater them. And then we have some peperomia right over there. And then we are just going to pass by a bunch of assorted ferns. The larger ones are bird's nest ferns. Look at how large they can actually get. And then we have some asparagus ferns. We've got some maidenhair ferns. That's the thing about Calloways. They offer different types of species and genus of plants. And I really think that's super cool, just because if you're into succulents, you can get succulents. If you're into aroids, you can get aroids. If you're into like outdoor gardening, you can find that. But like if you're into ferns, you can get a bunch of different types of ferns. I wish I could grow fern in my home, but I just don't have the type of humidity levels that I can get for my my home. So as you can see, we've got more plants right over here. Now these are the gardenias, and I am actually tempted to buy a gardenia. This one's for $16.99, not a bad price. I am tempted to buy a gardenia to see if I could actually grow them indoors. But I do believe that they need to be outdoors. But you know what? Their care tip is very similar to like indoor azaleas. Like they don't want really like hot, temperatures. They need to be more cooler temperatures. They want more acidic type soil. So you might catch me, adding some gardenia into my household as well. And look at this massive ZZ Raven. Gorgeous looking ZZ Raven. I love it. I love the black and just the dark foliage of it. And this one is for $69.99. A little bit pricey, but you know what? For a ZZ Raven, that's not bad, especially if you just want instant gratification and you want a large plant. That's not bad at all. And then we have a bunch of black rabbit foot fern here, and you can see, look at that. Those are the roots. Super cool, fuzzy. Some people think they look like tarantula legs, so that's kind of creepy for them. But you can see there are a bunch more of ZZ Ravens. What do you guys think of ZZ Ravens? Do you guys want to add that to your collection? Are you into darker foliage plants? Because I am, and I love it. And then right here, we've got some crown of thorns. Now these will bloom, and these are extra like variegated, which I love. And then we have some ficus elastica rubies, and look at that. Look at the root system there. This would be interesting to try and actually convert into a hydroponic situation. Although I will say ficus plants are a little bit more finicky with the changes in their environment. So who knows if it would be a successful conversion to water. And then we are still looking at a bunch of like crown of thorns. Here, these are just been recently watered. These are calatheas right here in a 4-inch pot. This one is a calathea medallion, nice looking calathea. Calathea, I'm not sure what this calathea is. If somebody can give me that plant ID in the comments or even a live premiere. And then we have some Philodendron Summer Glory, $19.99. That is not a bad price at all. And honestly, I am thinking about getting a Philodendron Summer Glory at some point. I will most likely get it at Calloways just because they have a lot of healthy looking plants. And again, if for some reason you're not satisfied with the plant, or the plant ends up dying on you, actually. I mean, it is explicit with their return policies. You can return or exchange your plant. So I think that's really cool. They always end up like, if I end up like returning a plant to Calloways, I end up buying 3 or 4 more plants. So I ended up spending more money. So it's not like they ever lose their money. It's just, I guess, a way to get us back into the nursery, which I love. Like, I mean, you can't blame me for shopping at Calloways. Look at those, you know, neon pothos, and then look at how beautiful these Ficus elastica rubies are for $16.99. I did see a guy I did see a guy watering the plant, so that's really good that they maintained, you know, watering and just the care of the plants. I never really see any unhealthy plants at Calloways nurseries, not a single Callaway nursery. They're all very well run, and that's the reason why, if you are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and you haven't been in the Calloways and you love plants, you definitely need to go, as in there are several Calloways within a 5 to 10 mile radius. Right over here is a Chinese money tree plant. These used to be the it plant apparently like 4 or 5 years ago, where they were super expensive, and now they're more accessible. And then right over here we have some Sansevieria bird's nest. We've got a Sansevieria moonshine. I really like this a lot. I just like that it reminds me of, like, I don't know, bones or something. Super cool looking. They can tolerate lower light conditions. Now with this particular one, you want to give it more bright indirect light, so it maintains like that gray tone about it. And then right over here we've got some palm trees. Palms are a little bit more challenging for me. I just feel like I couldn't grow them for 2 reasons. 1, I don't have the space in my home, and 2, the bright indirect light. And then I did want to show you guys a bunch of beautiful Dracaena right here. I'm not going to give you guys all the plant ID names for these Dracaena, but just know when you look at that exotic angel trending tropical plant, or the exotic angel plant for like $5.98 at Walmart, where that's labeled Dracaena in a 3-inch planter, their mature forms will eventually be this if you give them the right growing conditions. Dracaena, again, it's one of those plants that are so underrated. I don't think a lot of people grow them, and if they do, they typically grow them in like doctor's offices, dentist office, corporate settings. But even for the ones that love Aroids, I would say don't sleep on Dracaena, because Dracaena will bring you joy. They're a little bit slower growing in terms of just the growth habits, but they come in so many varieties, and the variegation in color it's stunning. They can tolerate lower light conditions. You can underwater them to the point where, like, if you forget to water them, they will not die. And for the most part, they are very pest resistant. Now, this is also another easy to care for plant. This is an Epipremnum aureum neon, or just another neon pothos in a nice looking planter. I actually like that spherical shape of the planter, and it's very much just a smooth surface. But as you can see, there are a forest of Dracaena right over here. I love it. I want to get me some Dracaena, but they can't be this large just yet. I mean, eventually a Dracaena in the right care will grow this large, but I want to get one. One Dracaena I want to get is a Dracaena urban urchin, which is a proven winners release, and you can see the water dripping down some of those hanging baskets. They just got done watering. Obviously, I didn't film the guy watering, but it was really cool to see them watering and really maintaining the plants. You know, I really do want to encourage anybody who visits the Dallas-Fort Worth area, check out a Calloways Nursery. They're super friendly. I can't say anything negative about this plant nursery. Their prices are fair. They have a variety of plants, and I just love it. I am so happy that I'm able to shop here, and I can see many of them. And I did want to show you this. So we talk about a goldfish plant. Here it is, goldfish plant. I do love this just because of the leaves. They remind me of Hoyas, but look at how beautiful the blooms are. They're these nice, cute little orange blooms that kind of remind you of goldfish. So that's the reason why they call it a goldfish plant. Super nice. And I believe this hanging basket is only for $20, around that range. and that's not a bad one at all. If I was wanting to get another hanging basket, I definitely would want to get a goldfish plant. Love how beautiful the blooms are, and then obviously the leaves got a waxy shine about it that you know, definitely interests me. I definitely want to add that to my plant collection at some point, but again, it is a matter of moderation. I know I have too many plants at home. I definitely need to spend some time like maintaining them. There's a couple of plants that have lost some dead leaves that I just need to cut up. But if you are a plant, you know, house plant keeper, do you ever just get lazy where you like pass by a plant and you know you have to upkeep it, like cut its dead, you know, leaves, or just do something about it? I have been very guilty the last 2 weeks with some of my plants. Some of them have declined in health because I haven't been taking care of them, and I feel bad. I probably need to do that as soon as I'm done with this video. But you can see that beautiful Calathea macayana. I want to pan over here. I'm just really enjoying the morning light hitting all of these plants. Like right here is a philodendron red imperial. It is not a black Congo, or like a black cardinal, I meant. And then I definitely want to look at this. This is the aglonema. This is the one I have chosen to take home and attempt to convert into a semi, you know, not a semi, a hydroponic situation. My previous video shows how I did it, but that's where I ended up sourcing it. And I did want to just pan out and show you guys as you walk in the beautiful arrangements of flowers. And today only it was 30% off at Calloways, so I definitely banked in and got me a plant for 30% off. And you can see that they just have lots of blooming plants. Spring is around the corner, and look at that. I am going to just show you some more of these flowers right here. I feel like even just looking at flowers brings people joy. I know that when I see all of the colors and all of that, that's really just exciting. And you can see these are actually from Valentine's, so these are 50% off. I should have actually thought about getting a kalanchoe or something like that. So this is a kalanchoe polka dot plant type arrangement, different care tips for each one. So I don't know if I'm really going to be into that, but you can see, look at that crane, that bird right over there next to all of those Riger begonias. Super cool looking. And I'm just going to do a couple of like shots of the birds and show you like this first one right here. Look at the detail of it. Beautiful looking bird. I honestly wish it wasn't blue though. Like I wish it was just like white. That would totally work for my collection, but it's super cool when it's right next to a bunch of Monstera Thai constellations here. Again, these are for $89.99 at Calloways. So if you want your wish list plant and you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, or if you're just traveling and visiting Dallas, get your Thai constellation at Calloways. Not a bad price at all. And then I'm going to pan over here and show you the beautiful crane here, just under, you know, just next to all of these beautiful pink hydrangeas that they're claiming to be indoor hydrangeas. I don't believe it, but if you can grow a hydrangea indoors, please let me know. I just think that this you know, crane decoration is absolutely stunning as well. And when you pan out like this, look at how gorgeous that is. Now my plant folies and everybody watching this video, I really hope you enjoyed my Calloways Nursery tour and my big box plant shopping video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, Grow Folds. I will be ending this very soon, and stay tuned for all of my weekend videos that I will be posting for Saturday and Sunday. I'll catch you on the next one.